Going live. It
Oh, we're
is.
live.
We are
We're
live.
live.
We are live. We are live. Hello, hello, hello. This is Diane Hockman. I'm joined today by Alice Car Wash Iverson. You haven't been to the car wash lately, Alice. What's up with that?
I did a video on it. You must have
You
missed
never
it.
make videos for me in the car wash anymore. What's up with
I
that?
did. I
Ah,
did.
all right. Well, anyway, she likes to keep her car tidy. In fact, a little fastidious, like a little bit. It's a bit much.
Over the top. Go ahead, say it. Oh, I'm over the
Yeah,
top
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
car. Clean car.
How many times?
Yeah, I know.
How many times a week do you wash your car, weather permitting?
Even non-weather permitting, I usually go every day.
I thought you can only go every other day with your car wash plan. Now you go every day.
I can go every day.
You can go every day. She's got the fancy car wash. The fancy car wash plan. All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, your car is clean.
Yep.
How often do you vacuum? Do you vacuum it every time too, or no?
No, I probably vacuum it and wipe the back of the seats 3 or 4 times a week. Because I drive little kids and it's snowy
I
in
was going to
Canada,
say, but you
and their
do
feet
legit,
go on the back of my seat and it just like drips down. It's gross. Hate dirt.
Alice volunteers and transports kids that needs rides. So legit. So anyway, we're here today with something really actually important, and we're just having fun and screwing around. But
How important is it?
It's really, really important. Really, really important.
Is that why I'm here?
You remember Bobcat Goldthwait? Yes, that's why you're here, because I don't know anything on the digital dingbat cuckoo. But what I do know is when the rules are changing, I pay attention.
Soon.
And right now, if you are an email marketer, if you're using an autoresponder in any capacity, I taught email marketing for years. I'll do my famous course, Twist Your List into a cash flow recruiting machine name. You know, tons of people went through it, and I've always taught email, and I do email in a very simple way. I'm not fancy. I'm not very technical. I mean, I literally have one list. I don't do anything fancy. Although I have started using tags, Alice. You'd be so proud of me. So proud of me.
Now, good job, Diane.
Now that we have the new marketing tool we've been using, I'm doing all kinds of fun stuff. So who knows? Maybe 2024 is the year for me to take it up a notch. But there is something, and I'm going to let Alice explain it, because Alice, I always go to her. She's the first person I go to. Actually, that's a lie. I go to Alice and Ginny Krauth. They're both equally brilliant and wonderful people, because I gotta give a shout out too. But I'm always looking for one of you whenever it's stuff, and when it involves changing name servers and CNAMEs and DNS records and things that I don't mess with it. I go straight to these girls. So Alice, tell us a little bit about what DKIM is and what's going to happen if people don't take this step this week.
Well, it's starting. It started with Gmail and Yahoo, and unless you're a verified sender, they're not letting your mail go through. It's going to go right to the bit bucket. That's going to go right to spam. So even though people were saying, oh, geez, but it's good for us because we're not going to end up in the spam, but there's going to be less spam in their inbox. So our stuff's going to be more noticeable. So our open rates should increase.
That's good. I think one of the things that's really important, a lot of people get emails that look legit, but they're not. Last night I got a slew of them. They look like they're from a bank or from Netflix or from some major company, and they're sliding through, and then they look legit, and most people don't know how to check that, so they don't realize. So they're sliding through. So they're changing this, and it's not governmental, because I had somebody go, the government's always trying to. This is not governmental. This is Gmail and Yahoo saying, we're changing this. We want you to verify your domain so that we know you're really a business and you're legit. And I don't know if you guys have been noticing, and then I'll hand it back to Alice. But also Gmail, a lot of times, if the email you receive is from a mailing list, it'll tell you on the top, this is from an autoresponder. I forget what it says. This is from a mailing list. Click here to unsubscribe. It's from them. Gmail's putting it in. So they're trying to clean things up. and we have to take a few steps to get verified so that they know that we're on the up and up. So it is a good thing for us. It really is, even if it's a little tiny bit technical. So back to you.
Totally. What you said is very true. And it just doing the DKIM, DKIM records, it just authenticates us that we're real human beings, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you're not going to reach your peeps. So
yeah, and it's
very important to be done.
A lot of people, we like. I use a Weber for an autoresponder. Some people use GetResponse, MailChimp, whatever everybody uses. But I've been getting these big messages like, you better do it, you better do it, you better do it. And of course, when did I do it? The last week. Because I'm a procrastinator. This is going out. If you see this and you've already done your DKIM records, put DKIM in the comments. But if you haven't done it, let's talk to you about why to do it, like Alice said, and then also where to find that information. So
Diane,
what do we do? Yes.
When do you think I did it? I
don't know. When did you do it? The first day.
The first day.
And it's not, it's just, well, it was the same thing. I started using a new marketing system and Alice had it and she had already been in it. And I was like, okay, it's time. Alice, can you spend a half an hour with me and walk me through? I just need a quick walkthrough and then I'll go. And then I did, but did I not build my first page? I did it.
You did.
And tell me you weren't a little bit impressed today that I kind of knew my way around some of these things. A little bit I knew.
You were really good. You're really good. You probably could have done it without me, but that would have made me sad because I wouldn't have been able to talk to you.
I tried 4 or 5 times without you. So finally I'm like, Uncle.
Okay. So yeah, you got to be able to follow instructions, not get flustered, take your time. Don't speed read it, and just take your time. And each, that you said, Diane, each autoresponder, your email server is going to have instructions. And
now I will say that it was a little bit confusing, but what we didn't do, because I have Alice support, and by the way, I'll tell you at the end, you can have Alice support too if you need some help with this. Alice support is available, but I have Alice support. But if not, you can go to your support or your web host support for your domain, like GoDaddy or whoever your domain with, or wherever your site is hosted. You can consult the support. They usually can, because what was happening is I was looking at it and I was seeing something and it was tripping me up. It wasn't that hard. It's just one thing was tripping me up and my brain couldn't process it. So I went to Alice support because Alice support is the best support. Just saying.
We know stuff.
Yeah. So in our case, because we use Aweber, we went to the Aweber directions. There was a link right when I logged in that showed it. I'm guessing you figure that the other autoresponders have this type of thing. There's something there telling you to click here to learn how to do it.
Yes, they should, because they want to boast. Each autoresponder has their own set of stats on how much of their mail gets in inboxes. And it's a marketing thing to say, hey, this many got delivered versus their competitor says this many got delivered. So it's a marketing thing. They want people to do it because their ratings could go down, and they don't want your mail ended up in a bit bucket. Right. So it's important for everybody.
That's so Canadian, a bit bucket.
A bit bucket. A bit bucket. A.
Well, now that I live in the South, I can say y'all, and you can be bit bucket. We can meet in the middle. You could be the North, and you're a little bit North. I'm a little bit South. We'll meet in the middle. So
all right.
First, Alice, I'm thinking before we talk too much about it, one of the things that I did first was I went to one of those sites you showed me and I put in my domain name to see if it was verified, because I thought I might have done it somewhere along the line. And it screamed at me, no, you are not verified. So do you want to tell them about where they can go to check to see if they're verified before they start even trying to fix it? Because I think that's a kind of, I did that. I looked at it before we got together and I knew I was no good.
You knew you were no good.
That
Okay.
was no good.
So there's a couple sites, but the one that I go to have used is Demarkian. So I'll put it in the notes. Yeah, DEMARCIAN.com, something like that.
It has an
Demarkian.
E. I don't think. I think it's DMARKIAN.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh no,
Could be.
it's DMARCIAN. DMARCIAN.
.com.
Demarkian. Yeah,
Yeah,
.com. Yeah.
that's one of the main ones, and it tells you your autoresponder will have the entries for DKIM that you need to make in your records at your whoever hosts your domain, like GoDaddy, HostGator, Namecheap. Those are the hosts. Okay, and for DKIM, there's 3 records. So if you only see 2, something's wrong. Something wrong, Houston. Houston, there's a problem. So you need to see 3 DMARC records, and they're C names. And CNAME is just a type of record. Not going to get into it because I'll lose you in the fluff. It's just a type of record that needs to be seen by Google or Gmail and Yahoo and anybody else. So there's 3 records. Tempted? Did I lose you, Diane? She's pondering. She's frozen. This is where I get to say good things about Diane. She's the best. Knock, knock, Diane. Hello. She's frozen. So what is a DMARC record? We need to add a DMARC record as well. And all that record does is say what happens if the email isn't legitimate. Where do you want it to go? Do you want it just to go in the bit bucket? Or do you want to review it? Do you want to quarantine it? That kind of thing. Nobody looks at these records because you got to find something to open the record. And the other thing that you want to need is it's called an SPF sender. And Diane's gone, so it's just me. Maybe she'll come back. An SPF record it's just used to authenticate the sender. So if you have Aweber, you'll have a SPF record that mentions aweber.com. If you use GetResponse, it will mention getresponse.com in the SPF record. So where can my Diane be? It's really important to do these things or your mail's not going to go. And I don't want to see anybody get hurt financially from your email not going out to your customers. So I can show you, and I was going to grab Dennis. I have a parrot named Dennis. He's on the counter chewing something he's not supposed to be chewing, but he is a parrot and that's what they do. So I don't know if this is still live. There we go. She's back. Okay, I have to be quiet. Shh, don't tell her what I said.
I'll see the replay.
Darn.
I'm
You're
actually
so smart.
on my cell phone Wi-Fi because I don't know what happened, but it could be weather related. There's stuff going on here, so who knows? So you were talking about CNAME and all this fancy stuff, but what I was asking was, so basically when an email comes into Gmail, it's kind of pinging back to check whether this is a legit email before it delivers it to you. Is that what
Correct.
we're doing? Okay.
Yep. And so if it's not sure, it's going to throw it in the bit bucket. Spam.
In the bit bucket. So that's what it's doing. It's going, okay, wait, let me check and make sure this is legit. It's like the mailman will go, oh, this looks weird. Let me make sure it belongs here. So cool. Any advice or tips? We're not going to go into exactly how to do it because it's it varies from autoresponder to autoresponder, but I would just say go log in your autoresponder, especially if you have not been sending out email lately. Like a lot of times people start a list and then they stop and they haven't logged in or they haven't mailed lately. Please log into your autoresponder today and take a look at the instructions. And if you are either you're not technical, or if you're somebody like me that tried it and failed miserably, reach out to Alex. What's your email?
Alice at aliceiverson.com.
Okay, and you see it right on the screen. Alice at aliceiverson.com. Reach out to her. She has a special deal. She can do this. It only takes her a couple of minutes, could take you hours, and be super frustrating. But log into your autoresponder. There should be a message right up top. If you're not verified, they're going to be screaming at you. You got to get this fixed. Read their directions. Take a look. If you're quasi technical, it's not that hard. It's just that you have to understand, like, if it's your first time going into and changing C names and all that stuff and creating DNS records, and if that sounds like Swahili, I can't say Swahili anymore. I said Swahili. I always say if that sounds like Swahili until I had somebody in the group. If that sounds like a foreign language to you, it's really best at this late juncture to reach out to Alice and get some help. Just get it done. And then another day, maybe you want to, if she has time, because she's always running around doing stuff, but you may book her another time for an hour or something, and learn some of these different things, because they come in handy if you're running an internet business. But right now, I'm suggesting, if you're not good at it, this is urgent. Don't wait. Do not wait until next week after February 1st. Your emails will not go through. And then what will happen is you're just going to go, screw it. And email marketing is the holy grail of every top earner. Totally. Everybody that does internet top earner, if you're in network marketing, you do it all by word of mouth. Don't worry about it if you're not an email person. But if you're using the internet, email gives you an incredible amount of leverage. And not being able to get your emails into your people's inbox, well, there's no point then. There's no point. And I'm going to shut up. If you're somebody who's been like kicking around email marketing and you really wanted to get going, there's no better time than now. So just get yourself set up properly and let's go. Oh, one other thing, Alice, I want you to talk about. For a while now, if you're using an autoresponder, you really should be using a professional email address, not a Gmail or Yahoo one. Can you just talk a little bit about how somebody can get a professional email address if they don't have one at this point?
You would need to register a domain. Mm-hmm. So a domain, and this whole thing that we're talking about is only if you have your own domain. Because I had someone ask me this question.
Domain, for those of you that don't speak internet, is a website name. You don't even have to build a site, but it's a website name, like your name, like Alice has aliceiverson.com, yourname.com, or work with Sally or something like that. You pay for that. Like 12, 13 bucks to get that.
Yeah.
So you register
you register a domain, and to keep it simple, if you go to GoDaddy, when you purchase a domain, you usually get a Microsoft email, like not a Microsoft email, but an Outlook. That's not the right word. You get a professional email included with your account for a year, and it tells you how to set it all up. So you could be myname@myname.com, which just makes you look professional, right? Yeah. And I heard rumored that I think there's one autoresponder that will not let you join unless you have a professional domain.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You can't use your Gmail or Yahoo address anymore. You have to have a registered website name, thing like that. So it is important, and they're cheap. They're cheap. The cheapest place to get one. Can I tell them the cheapest place to get it? And I don't make any money from it. The cheapest place is Cloudflare. Cloudflare.com. Yep. They're the cheapest place. They're the cheapest place for renewals. Domain names, the price of them, we talked about it not that long ago. The prices are gone up crazy. They get you in the door, but the renewals are crazy, crazy expensive. Cloudflare makes this much money on it. Good place. And I don't have an affiliate or nothing.
I got to check them out.
I can help you move them.
Really? See, Alice support. Yeah. Alice support. Because I think I might want to move mine. I mean, I used GoDaddy for years because they had good deals to get in the door and they didn't jack it up. But now every domain is costing like $22. And if you have a couple, and if you only have one, $22 a year, no big deal. But if you have a bunch of domains like I do, $22, a pop, we're getting into hundreds and hundreds of dollars for domains. So if there's something that's
Yeah.
more reasonable, it's good to know.
Yeah.
I think, Alice, that we should come out more often and have you give us some different tips, like that Cloudflare tip probably will save me a couple $100. I think we should have you come out with me, or I'll come out with you periodically. Let's talk tech, but break it down and make it simple for kids like me. Are you willing to do that, Ms. Iverson?
Absolutely. I'd love to help people with this stuff because it can be really confusing. Like, I'm a retired computer engineer and my little line is tech is in my DNA. Anything tech, I get all excited. Which makes me really weird, but I'm a really nice Canadian gal.
And me, anything tech makes me go, no, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. But I do it because it's
You
cool.
did good. You did good.
Plus, I kind of like, didn't you see me when we fixed it, when we did it, and it was registered, the DK and went through, and I was like, yes, 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 I did it. Right. If Ray's still here, he knows. There's a little song I'm going to play this song later. But it has a naughty word in it, so we can't play it on the stream. But it's the I did it song. You did it song. It's the best song. It's the best song.
Yeah, and when you do it at Aweber, when you get it complete, it turns green. It says DKIM verified, so you feel important. Ooh. Yeah, you're verified. I'm verified. Crazy Canuck.
Well, I'm verified now, so I'm excited. So if any of you guys need, it's Alice at AliceIverson.com. Hit her up. She'll do it for you whippity quick for a couple bucks. And then also consider, if you're not a tech person, if she has some time, see if you can book her for an hour and just learn some basics, things like registering domains, forwarding domains, setting up emails, name servers, the basics. They're not that hard once you've walked through. It's just when you're reading, for me, tutorials are impossible. They're just, it's my learning style. I have a hard time. If somebody shows me, I do it 2 times. I'm like, I'm good. And then I figure out the rest, but I just need to get going. So.
And, even if you get a domain, you don't have one, you want to get one, you want to get a website and all that stuff. We've got an easy peasy solution. Diane and I both have it for a solution for that stuff that you'll just go, why didn't I do this before? It's so easy, so easy. Either one of us can help you with that. So it's a good option, especially if you have more than one domain. Like between my .ca, I have a lot of .cas, and then my .coms and blah, blah, blah. I probably have 25 domains and I can host them all at one place for one price. Websites, the whole shebang. So it's pretty slick.
Herb just asked which autoresponder we recommend. Herb, I've been using Aweber for like 15 years. And I could send you a link to that if you'd like, but there's lots of them out there. And truthfully, Aweber is not the one that a lot of the young kids are in love with. But I got some that I know how to use. So to me, that's more valuable than anything. Do you like anyone better than that, Alice? Or do you use?
I use Aweber. I followed your lead on that because I took your course, right? Which was a great course, got me going. A lot of people are using GetResponse too. I don't know if you have a GetResponse link. I do.
I do. Yeah. And there's another.
Yeah. So whoever
that people are
Constant
using.
Contact.
Yeah. That's
Constant Contact is another.
It really depends to her on the level of marketing you're doing. If you're going to build a list of like 300, 500, 1,000 people, small scale, any of these are great. If you're going to do something like you're dealing in lists of tens to hundreds of thousands, you need a different solution. You need an enterprise solution. And then I could hook you up with some people that could give you a better recommendation. My list is, small. I'm a home business. I'm a solopreneur. I have several thousand, thousands of people there, but it's not like a big list. So I'm not too worried about a big enterprise solution. I recently actually looked into a product that I was going to check out, and it was so complicated because it was really made for more technical people that are running, that have IT departments and stuff. And it just wasn't for me. So I'm just sticking with Old Faithful. That's it.
And actually, now that I think of it, I think Aweber would be the best because it still has a free account. GetResponse only has a free trial now. They've scaled back.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to pay where you still don't have to pay for Aweber if it's certain requirements, right? Small list, you're good. Starting out, Aweber's your way to go.
I still would get a paid account because a lot of the functionality is shut off. But if you want to play with it, Herb, if you go to dianehockman.com/Aweber, AWEBER, you can get a free account and you can mess around in there. Just so you can see what it feels like. The reason why I like Aweber too is I've always said their support speaks English, not just tech. What I mean by that is they're very happy to help somebody who's less technical. So if Alice support hadn't been available, I was going to go call them. But Ron, if you have a list, you definitely need to make sure your DKIM or DMARC or whatever is all set up. So hopefully you've gotten it done. But I like their support because, I don't speak.
They talk to you. It's a real person.
Yeah, no, you can, there's a human that can talk to you and they can actually screen share with you too and get in there and do stuff for you. So, and right now, like I told you, I was going to go to them for help because they want us all to get verified. So I'm sure that they would help me out, but I'd rather use Alice support because it's more entertaining. She tells me about her football team and all her things. So it's very fun. And her well, she lives in Canada. That's what you do. Herb lives in Montana. Yep. They do. Ron lives in Georgia. They don't do that much now and again. So. All right.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a bad one right now.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. All right. I'm going to run off. Thank you, Alice, for all your help today. Hopefully this has given everybody a heads up. If you guys need her, she's Alice at AliceIverson.com. Hit her up and say, I need help. And that's it. Okay. We'll see you back another time with something new and exciting. Everybody have a beautiful day. Take care.
Okay. Bye.